feet to back.
In the international world, that's a grand am. You take it like that. Mackay certainly with some international experience, the junior world gold medalist back in 2018, and the Hokie fans love seeing those types of fireworks.
And immediately, Hokie fans saying we need bonus points.
Lewis goes to work on top, a 4-0 lead for Mackay Lewis. Meanwhile, over on that one, left side of the screen, Finesilver of Duke and Justin Phillips of Virginia. Matt watched his brother rally furiously from an early deficit, was nearly pinned in a matchup with Mancini of Pitt earlier today. But Josh was able to prevail, and now let's see what Matt Finesilver can do.
Nice double. Sean, I kind of like having a first-round match for many wrestlers because they get that second wind for their next match. They can just get that. You know, granted, they're warming up, but it's a little different when you have to wrestle, go through the nerves, checking in at the table, just all those things. So, assuming that Mackay Lewis does advance, he may have the advantage just because he was able to get this first match out of the way, get that second win going.
Hayden Heitley, the 2 seed, bottom half of the bracket, so it would possibly be a Heitley-Lewis semifinal. Clay Loud earned the top seed from UNC. Short time amount, first period. Lewis will go to the second period on top, 6-1. Meanwhile, keep an eye on the other match with Phillips and Finesilver. No score. Halfway through period number 1.
And Matt Finesilver is a Greco guy. He represented Team USA as a junior world team member. And 174 is just deep. There's the top 4 in this weight class. No one would be surprised if they are all All-Americans. No one would say, what? How in the world did Matt Finesilver become an All-American? How did Mackay? No. The top 4 seeds at this weight class, no one's going to be surprised if they are All-Americans at the NCAAs. Good shot by Phillips. Here's the problem. Finesilver's good here.
He's really good here in these scrambles.
Heavy hips. Look at that right hip down. His right hip is down. He's torquing the arms of Phillips. And Phillips is just trying to hold on and say, oh boy, I was in, but now I'm in a tough position. This is a position where you say the guy has a leg, should have the advantage, but right now you're seeing that Matt Finesilver is really trying to work. He's trying to kick that leg straight and kick out. Short time.
Free up his right leg, his right thigh. Now Phillips hanging on, and he's going to be able to hang on to the end of the period.
Now let's just see who has choice. So flip of the disc. Red has choice. Red defers. Matt Finesilver goes down. Matt Finesilver is very tough on top. So I was interested to see if Phillips would decide to go underneath Finesilver. And Mackay Lewis is doing what he's supposed to do. Not just win, but knowing that he can get bonus points, which is going to help in a team race.
I thought you asked a great question this week when we were chatting with Glenn Lanham. You kind of, as Lewis provided the more fireworks, there was a shot then by Finesilver as well. But you asked Glenn Lanham, what's life going to be like without the Finesilvers in the wrestling room?
It's called empty nest syndrome.
He said he got a taste of it a couple of weeks ago when both were out with an injury and illness, and for the first time there was not a single Finesilver in the room. So a little, I guess, glimpse into the future of what's coming for Duke. A lot of good wrestling.
Good sweep single by Finesilver. They went to a high C, reaching off both legs, and it gets the takedown. Now, this is where he goes to work. So tough on top. And you're going to find out what Justin Phillips is going to do if he gets to the third period. If he's going to say, I'm going to go back underneath, or I'm going to try and be on neutral. The amount of pressure that Finesilver generates when he has the leg in and he uses his right toe to push.
Makai Lewis is going to try to end this one early on his feet. He just let Kernan up to start the third period. He's had no trouble taking him down, so he's feeling confident. 12-3 lead Virginia Tech. Finesilver with a leg in continues to ride out his opponent Phillips. Lewis in on a low strike. Elevates the right leg. They tag Kernan with another stall call. Lewis looking for the trip. Toe drag. Textbook 2.
Toe drag. All it takes is any part of your body or your opponent's body to be in or on the line. You're still in. So Phillips said, I'm going to go underneath for this guy named Matt Finesilver, who's pretty tough on top.
Are you surprised?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Explosive start by Phillips for a switch. But like we've described, Finesilver is tough as they come in the top position, trying to bury that leg in, trench his left leg in between Phillips. Phillips doing his best, trying to squeeze and keep that leg from anchoring down.
So that's where Phillips had his best chance, just to explode and get up as soon as possible. Look at this. Kernan may have a good defense by Makai. Kernan was in on the leg. So riding time secured. So technically it's 16-4. Makai's either going to have to try to do a takedown and some near points or a couple more takedowns. And look at the torque here by Matt Finesilver, trying to really twist the hips of Phillips. It's painful.
Find a way to get that left hip down. 1 minute.
Final few moments of the third period. Makai Lewis with a 15-4 lead over Kernan, who was a walk-on at Pitt, local athlete, Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Again, he's in on a shot, so he's trying to finish with some energy. Lewis drops right down to the ankle. No points awarded yet.
And we're getting some swipes by Matt Finesilver. Gets the 4 allotment. And this is where I'd question, did it make sense for Phillips to go underneath, and he just got 4 swipes and he's trying to do it again. 7-0, riding time secure. He is holding a major decision. And what he's going to try and do is get that right arm out and just get him more swipes. He is really physical on top. Very surprised Phillips decided to go underneath.
You know, it's so tempting. You think you can maybe get that point and get back onto the feet a little bit. But, man, when you're dealing with Finesilver, as we have seen so many times, it is tough. 11-0. What a show he put on in the third period. That's how you ride out an opponent, and that's how you add to your lead. Just not content to ride. He wanted to get those turns and tilts, and that's exactly what he did. So the Finesilvers are both advancing along with Unger for head coach Glenn Lanham and Duke. 184. Duke and